So as the story goes, a bunch of football fans were seated at the Super Bowl in folding chairs with obstructed views, and others actually had their seats taken away, something NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has apologized for.
Apologize to those fans that were impacted by this. We are going to work with them, and we are going to do better in the future. We will certainly do a thorough review and get to the bottom of why it all occurred.
Well, it seems the apology and the refunds that were offered were not enough. Some fans want more. Joining me now is the lead attorney on the class action suit against the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys, and Cowboys owner Jerry Jones on behalf of those fans. His name is Michael Avenatti. Michael, welcome to the show.
Chris, thanks for having me.
All right, how many people now do you represent in this class action suit?
We represent over 100, Chris, and ultimately we expect the class to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,500 fans.
Now, do you hope to get some sort of a resolution from Roger Goodell before this actually goes to court? And what has his response been, the league's response, and the response from the Cowboys?
Well, we do want to get a resolution before this becomes full-blown litigation, Chris. My clients and all of the fans are incredibly reasonable. They merely want 100 cents on the dollar back for whatever they spent to attend the Super Bowl, whatever they paid for their tickets, plus their expenses. And in addition, the league needs to step up and provide some other compensation, whether it be future Super Bowl tickets or something of that nature. No one's trying to get rich from this, certainly not me and certainly not my clients. We just want the league and Jerry Jones to do the right thing.
Michael, what has the league and Jerry Jones offered to this point?
Well, Chris, they've actually been all over the map, and the offers continue to increase with each passing day, but they're still not where they need to be. You know, we learn at a very young age that doing the right thing isn't that difficult, and this is no different. It's not that complicated for the league and Jerry Jones to step up and do the right thing by way of these fans.
You know, when you talk about just compensation, what are we talking here? Because obviously tickets can be 10, 20 times face value for the Super Bowl. Hotels, airfare, exactly how much money are we talking in general terms?
Well, Chris, it's going to vary from fan to fan, but the clients that I represent spent anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 a piece to attend the Super Bowl. And of course, the league knows this because the league participates in the secondary ticket market where the league has made money on ticket sales at 5, 6, 7, 8 times face value. A lot of people talk about the face value of these tickets, but to your point, very, very few fans have the opportunity to pay face value. Using an analogy, it's like an IPO. Very few people have an opportunity to buy in on an IPO.
Michael, is there any precedent set in this particular case? Can you look to the past and reference any other cases previously?
Well, I think there's a number of cases previously. Even though this involves the Super Bowl and tickets, it's really no different from a simple breach of contract or fraud action. The bottom line is that the league and Jerry Jones promised something to these fans, namely a seat at the game, that they could not deliver. And they knew that they had a problem well before the game, and yet they concealed that from the fans. That's just not right. What's
your time frame on this? How long will you give the NFL? How long will you give Jerry Jones to respond in kind to something that you would agree to and your clients would agree to before you take them to court?
Well, we've repeatedly asked Jerry Jones and the league to sit down with us. We've told them we'll make ourselves available anytime, any day, in order to try to get this resolved. And we'd like to do it as soon as possible. Again, we think the best way to approach this is through a reasonable settlement with the fans.
Are you looking at the total compensatory damages you're seeking? That's $5 million. Am I correct?
That's an estimate, Chris.
Okay.
Again, it's going to vary per individual, but total for all 3,000 fans, we think it's going to be in excess of $5 million. Really, when you break it down on a per-fan basis, we're probably looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of $8,000 to $10,000 a fan.
Oh, great. Thank you, Michael. We appreciate it.
Chris, thank you. Have a great day.
All right, Michael Avenatti. He's the attorney on the lawsuit against the NFL and the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, back to our top story, of course, New York Stock Exchange, NYSE Euronext, and the proposed deal here. And our Nicole Petalides on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange now with the CEO.